COVID to pass away and for us to be able to play this encounter. Last played in 2019 where Royal College were victorious, and St. Thomas's have had a long way to try and wrest the trophy back at this neutral venue of Sugathadasa Stadium. That's the ball that they will be swimming for in just a few moments. The crowd has gathered here at the Sugathadasa Stadium in anticipation of what will be a keenly fought encounter. The last two times these teams met, they were 15 years of age, and that was 2 years ago, and they've been waiting for a long time to get their rematch. At the last time they met, of course, when they were 15 years, St. Thomas's managed to run out victors, but Royal would have done something in the last 2 years to make sure that that doesn't happen too easily, and that's exactly what we're going to see over the next 4 quarters of rugby. Joining me in the commentary box today for what is going to be an absolutely enthralling episode of this Dr. R.L. Hayman Trophy encounter, former Royal College goalkeeper Reza Ghani in the commentary box. Good evening, Reza.
Good evening, Shanaka, and welcome everyone. Thank you for the introduction. It looks to be a very evenly contested game. The under 15 match was evenly contested. Just 1 or 2 goals between them.
Here's the Royal College team from their captain Umidu Katukampala, the only one with first 7 experience in this team. Yamit Jayakodi, the vice captain, Randa Ranatunga, the goalkeeper, Mihin Vanigasekara, Dimitri Lianage, Yasunda De Silva, Banuka Jatilaka, Vinuda Somakirti, Anuga Handun Patirana, Damsara Akmimana, Senuda Somakirti, Lisita Munasinga, and Tilanka Tushan will make up the lineup in the white caps for Royal. And now for St. Thomas's, Dhiren Dias is the captain, Akil Zuhair, the vice captain, Yumel Bolegola, Harita Sugathadasa, Sivali Gurusinga, Nitish Pereira, Deshan Dimel, Santosh Kalansurya, Shrestha Anthony, Snehemaya Krishnaswamy, Talib Mansoor, Migara Gurusinga, Anup Vijay Gunaratna, Aiden Tesara, and Charya Kulukulasurya is the secretary of the side. So 2 Malaysian referees. Reza, good to see that the organising committees have spent the money to bring down these neutral referees and avoid any controversies that were a part and parcel of the Hayman encounter back when we were playing. And it's nice to see that that is not a talking point anymore.
A lot of smiles behind the microphone, Shanaka. But yes, good to see that we are taking the game to a different level here, even though it's just a school encounter. And also let's share a thought for the new coaches who are taking on this high pressure game after a lapse of 2.5 years.
Yes, it's bound to be an anxious wait even for them because they haven't been able to test their charges out against anyone. There's not been a lot of development, and Dulan Piris is the head coach for St. Thomas's, and Sajitha Jayatilaka, celebrated Thomian sportsman, and he's quite young to be in charge as a head coach, but he's been very familiar with this team and this setup, so it should be pretty easy for him to take on from here.
And coaching Royal College this year is Samo Dedirisinghe, the man who brought back that famous draw in 2017 by scoring 3 quick goals in the first quarter, and Prasad Disanayak, the goalkeeper from that team as well.
Yes, big coaching staff for Royal College, and we're off in this 29th edition of the Dr. R.L. Hayman Challenge Trophy. And first to the ball, St. Thomas's just by a whiff.
So keeping up with the under 15 team, they won all their 4 swing balls as well. So good to see St. Thomas's College. They'll have first line of attack.
Ball with Talib Mansoor on the right wing. He's looking to try and get his centre forward in the game sooner rather than later, but he chooses to go outside to Migara Gurusinghe. Well defended that time by Royal College, but they managed to get the ball back to Mansoor. And now here's a chance for Aiden Tesara. But the turnover is called because St. Thomas's didn't shoot before the shot clock expired, and now an opportunity for Royal, who've gone down the pool very quickly. And into the corner goes the backhander. An outstanding goal to open proceedings from Umidu Katukampala, the captain of the Royal College team. Looked for all money like he was looking to get the ball back, but it was a brilliant backhander. And that would warm the cockles of the hearts of some of the prop forwards that I know will be watching this game from Sri Lanka and from around the world. That was straight out of the Nawaf Mubarak playbook. So a surprise opening goal from Royal, perhaps an unexpected start for the Thomians. And controlling the ball at the back is Migara Gurusinghe, and putting some pressure on him early on is Yamit Jayakodi. Getting the ball into Tesara. who manages to win the foul. Will be looking for an outside pass. Manages to find his man. And that was Damsar Akmimana. And a brilliant shot again from St. Thomas's. That's Dhiren Dias, the captain. So the two captains on the score sheet, Reza, and an outstanding start to this encounter. Just 30 seconds gone, and we've got 2 goals on the board.
This is what been waiting for Shanaka for a long period. Excellent response by St. Thomas's College. They are in the under-15 game. The captain number 7 on the left bar posed many a threat to Royal College, so they'll remember to isolate that number on defence.
Zuvindu Katugampala, the captain, who's controlling it as the point man for Royal. Long ball in. The whistle had gone, and it's a power play, so the first exclusion. Migara Gurusingha goes to the bin, and he'll be back out very quickly though, because his team have regained position. And Sivali Gurusingha will do well to control this ball, but opts for the long pass instead. It's a Royal ball, so it's a game played at a furious pace at the moment. Lovely little spin and pass. The goal is on now, and it's a brilliant shot again from Yasandu De Silva.
Wonderful goal there by Royal College. Cap number 4 taking that right corner.
So St. Thomas's once again have to take the centre ball. Referees wanting a little bit of a word with Yasandu De Silva, the goal scorer. Wants to tell him that perhaps he should score the goal and get back really quickly. Not sure what this is about, but it was a very well taken goal. So it looks like they've changed the cap numbers to confuse us in the commentary box, but that's Uvindu Katugampala in the number 4 cap.
Good ball in.
Zuhair for St. Thomas's. Fakes the goalie and shoots easily into the far corner. And it's tit for tat here, Reza.
Akil Zuhair threatened so many times in that 2019 game. If they've watched the old matches, they will know that he's feared on that right bar, right wing position. He makes Royal remember, and remember well.
Lovely shot from him, faking the goalkeeper with that little bit of a wrist pump and making sure he made no mistake with the finish. So goalie's ball that time. Shot was from way beyond, so
it's a good fast-paced game, lot of adrenaline flowing through.
Sivali Gurusingha took the safer option that time. It was his pass that was picked off that led to the Katugampala's second goal. Here's Tesara. Hasn't been able to get a quality pass. Randa Ranatunga will survey his options before distributing. Always so important that the goalkeeper manages to calm down his outfield players. Again to Katugampala, the danger man. Scored a goal already, looking for the pass, but St. Thomas's strip him off the ball. Talib Mansoor, and now Zuhair looks for the pass to Tisara. Tisara has an open pool ahead of him, but getting back quickly is the Royal defence.
That Thomian bar player needs to get either into the 6-meter zone or a prop position.
Well defended by Royal again. The Thomian has to be careful not to hand himself off, and it's a great shot, but the woodwork coming to the rescue of Ranatunga there.
And that's why he favours that bar position, Shanaka. Looks like St. Thomas's have 3 good shooters on them. Royal will know not to give them easy ball on that 6-meter line.
Bolegala that time with the shot. And Sivali Gurusingha will be safe again as he finds Dhiren Dias, his captain. So it's been a super fast-paced game so far. That was Zuhair who controls the ball really well with the left hand. Tries to get himself into a shooting position. Can't shoot from there, so he'll need to move the ball out. Here's Dias, the captain. Dias with the shot on for all money, and it's a good one.
Excellent conversion of that extra man situation by St. Thomas's College, showing very, very good game awareness. Drifting to the left of the corner, Akedu Hadun Patirana-esque there, and makes it count.
Always thought that St. Thomas's used to pass the ball way too much. Actually, both teams used to pass the ball way too much in extra man situations. Reza, if the shot is on, you've got to take it. And that's what Dias did there today.
Yes, St. Thomas's are known for shooting. As soon as they are within that 6 meter or 5 meter goal range, and if they see an opportunity, they will take it.
So an outfield foul again on Bhanuka Jayatilaka that time by Hayman Bollegala. Good defense from Tisara that time, not committing. And here's a shot being taken, and it's just wide.
Probably a little too far to attempt that, Shanaka. He had more options there going in. They'd formed the D.
And Sivali Gurusinghe with a good pass out to Talib Mansoor. Mansoor converging on the goalkeeper, needs to give his inside man a little bit of space, and that's good work that time from St. Thomas's, but a good save as well that time from Randa Ranathung. It was great work that time from Hayman Bollegala to just move out, and I thought Dias should really have converted that.
Yes, good cross-field pass as well. Let's not forget the other players who do the hard work to get the ball into that 2 meter zone. So all-round team effort from St. Thomas's College.
Royal not really looking to set up that umbrella type offense, Reza. They're playing a more free roll kind of game. Again, a decent shot, but Sivali Gurusinghe up to the mark that time, and Talib Mansoor has been swimming up and down like a Trojan on this right-hand wing. And Royal don't seem too keen to pick him up. Zuhair is available, and he needs to find him. But that time, Talib Mansoor going on his own. They need to get him the ball back quickly. They have. Mansoor fakes, looks for Zuhair, and it's good defense that time. And that time on the second asked, Zuhair just can't convert. Good defense from Royal.
Unlucky for St. Thomas's College. The Royal defence just seemed to have switched off there, allowing that free shot right in front of goal. You can see the goalkeeper having a word with his centre forward defender.
Good work from Tisara that time, stealing the ball. And it's a 2-on-1 now, and St. Thomas's have to make this count, but Royal getting back quickly as well. Mansoor just a little bit hesitant in making a decision. And that's a lovely lob, but just can't find its mark. Seemed to have lost the ball for a second in the lights, I think, Reza.
Yes, definitely outfoxed the goalkeeper there. If he had the shot on, it would have been a clear goal.
Hadun Patirana this time looks for Bhanuka Jayatilaka. Not in a threatening position on goal, but Royal using this diagonal swim across the face of goal. And it's been turned over. Here it is again, St. Thomas's with a 3-on-2 with Tisara swimming up to join the party. Mansoor needs to find his opposition players, his teammates rather. Dias, poor communication from St. Thomas's there, 3-on-2. They really should have finished that one off. And here's Dias looking for the shot, and it's good goalkeeping by Randa Ranathunga.
Wonderful defence there by the Royal College goalkeeper. Good game awareness by St. Thomas's College. To take that 2 meter and come in. These are effects of the new rule that allow the game to flow at a much faster rate, Shanaka.
Yes, absolutely. I'm tired watching this, Reza. I don't know about you. And that's a lovely shot from Hadun Patirana. He threatened earlier, and that time just managed to get that under the hands of the outstretched defenders.
Sorry, I think we've got the wrong set of cap numbers here, Shanaka. That was Bhanuka Jayatilaka with the shot. So all in all, 3 players from Royal College putting their name up on the score sheet.
So it looks like a bit of smoke and mirrors from the teams to confuse the Papare commentary team. But we'll have a word with them about that before the next leg. Talib Mansoor trying to protect the ball in the corner. Looks for his captain. Had to push out. So Royal really pressing. on their defense here, trying to make sure St. Thomas's turn the ball over. Tissera. That's a good ball into Tissera. Has a second crack at it now.
Last 30 seconds on the game clock, Shanaka. Royal will need to get back and bunch that goal up.
Zuhair has Tissera available. And into the side netting it goes. So Sachita Jayatilaka will not be too happy. He's standing swinging his arms by the bench. But there were two golden opportunities, Reza, that really should have been converted by St. Thomas's. And that's the end of the first quarter. It's 3 points all, and my God, it's been a hectic game. It's 3-3 in this 29th Dr. R.L. Hayman encounter for this Water Polo Challenge Trophy between St. Thomas's and Royal. We are live from the Sugathadasa Stadium on the Papare.com, and there's been absolutely nothing in it. St. Thomas's probably with the better opportunities in the game, but Royal will count themselves very happy to beat 3 goals all at the end of that quarter. And here are the highlights from the first quarter.
So St. Thomas's College having a lot of possession in this quarter, as Shanaka mentioned. They could have converted another 2 or 3 opportunities. And really a much deserved break for the team, Shanaka, just to catch their breath, reassess the game situation. They'll know who the danger men are now. The goalies will definitely have a discussion with their wing defenders, and certain players they will look to take on a tight press. You spoke about the diagonal swim across. That's something that Senit Samarnayaka perfected in that 2017 game. But it looks like St. Thomas's College are churning out players in the caliber of Dilaka Jayatilaka, Sachita Jayatilaka, Manula Vikramasinghe. So good to see that that DNA is flowing through this new side.
Yes, there's a big culture of water polo at St. Thomas's, and it's nice to see that that's continuing as well, Reza, as there has been at Royal, especially in the recent past. I think as the game started off in both schools, as the Hayman started off, Royal was perhaps a little bit behind in terms of participation, and it was the swimmers that really used to be forced to come and play water polo at Royal. And then towards the late 90s, I think Royal really got their act together, and since then haven't looked back, and the trophy has changed hands several times since then, because there was an early period of dominance for St. Thomas's, which is now really not something that anyone can look back at with any kind of entitlement, because the encounter is so competitive.
Yes, it really changed around Shanaka, I think, with people of the caliber of Jehan Mubarak, Janit Piris, Sanjay Fernando, really setting up the base at that time to say we need to make a change, we need to be more competitive. And that's when the strength and conditioning part of it comes into it, the additional swimming sessions, the nightmare fitness sessions. But good to see that both schools are competing very evenly now. And let's see where we take it from in the next few years.
Yes, Hayman is almost unrecognizable from those early encounters, which is a very good thing for the development of the sport as we kick off this second quarter.
St. Thomas's College looks to reach the ball first. Oh, well done.
Zuhair and Jayatilaka winning that particular battle.
So Royal College with first attack. Will they look for their prop through the wing? Centre looks to take a little time to set it up.
I think we can expect a little bit more sedate second quarter here as that wonderful shot goes off from looks like Govinda Kulatilaka, but could be somebody else masquerading as him in the number 10 cap. Review to try and identify the player, Reza, but not sure what's going on. Is a timeout, is it? Yes, it is a timeout.
It's a good defense by the Tomian side as well to push that centre forward out of the danger zones of the 2 meter and the 3 meter, and that was the result of the backhand hitting outside on the bar.
Yes, it was good defense, and the first timeout called by St. Thomas's, obviously to get a little bit of momentum away from Royal, because Royal scored the last goal of that quarter as well. So they will want to take the wind out of their sails and settle it down a bit, because it has been the first really competitive quarter of water polo that either of these two teams have played in the last 2 years. So you can see perhaps that's why it was the adrenaline that was pumping and the anxiety that led to that really fast-paced first half for Reza. But all the coaches will probably want it to be played at a little bit more of a leisurely pace. So that's exactly what we're seeing here. Pathomian goalie Sivali Gurusinghe to Zuhair, who has moved to the left bar, and that's a great shot. Outstanding work that time from Yuman Bolegala. His second shot of the game, resulting in his second goal of the game.
Bad lapse of concentration by Royal College there. They know St. Thomas's will score from the left wing or the left bar. That's exactly what they did.
They seem to have played a few players out of position earlier in the first quarter, but moving Zuhair now to the left bar where he was favoured to start. And that might have caused a little bit of consternation for the Royal goalkeeper, who was ignoring the wing player. Good defence by Zuhair that time as well, so making his presence felt on both ends of the pool. Sivali Gurusinghe finds Mansoor. Mansoor can dictate the pace of the attack here, and he decides to space it up. Here's Zuhair, made the block on the far end, and that's a lovely ball. It's a great goal. It takes a lot of skill. It looks so easy, but that is an outstanding pump fake and shoot from Akil Zuhair, the vice captain of the Stomian side.
Wonderful ball distribution there by St. Thomas's College. The winger doing the hard work to put the ball in front of his feared man and repays him with a goal.
Yes, it was interesting to see that Mansoor got the ball, looked up, and then dictated the pace of the attack. He knew that he had to pace it up. He knew that he had a man in the clear on his inside. So it was good decision making that time. And that's great defense, good awareness again from Bolegala. Just gave it to Tissera, who did the right thing. Dias is converging. Dias needs to help his man just in case, but he's pretty sure that Bolegala will finish, and he does. Really good defense from St. Thomas's. So both of those goals coming from good defensive intensity on the other side of the pool and finishing off the fast breaks.
And St. Thomas's have come to swim, Shanaka. We see a lot of blue caps on attack. They've obviously done a lot of training in the pool with their swimming up to mark.
It's something that you can't take for granted anymore, is it? Oh, what a shot. What an outstanding shot from the Royal captain, Uvidu Katukampala. St. Thomas is just relaxing there. Goalkeeper unsighted. And it was a beautiful bounce into the corner. So that was a spectacular goal.
Wonderful individual play there, but they need to link up now, Shanaka. Water polo is about distributing the ball. St. Thomas has showed a good example of that in the previous attack.
Here's Zuhair. It looks like it's an exclusion again. Talib Mansoor looks for his free man. There will be one for sure. An outstanding defense that time again from Royal. Yasandu De Silva.
I'm not sure if Royal's defense to double press the double prop attack will work, Shanaka. These bars look deadly there from that 4 to 5 meters shooting zone.
Yes, that was a little slow by Bigara Gurusinghe. That exclusion. Needed to make a decision, either shoot or pass. And when the opening was not coming, he needed to get rid of the ball and just let the ball do the work. Another good pass from Royal into the danger area. Looks like they're taking a very direct route, but the whistle had gone before that ball found the back of the net. And this backhander is proving to be quite deadly for Royal. And Talib Mansoor will swim up again. Tissera needs to get in there and help, but happy to let his wing. It looks like the ball has been turned over. It's been a foul in back play. And here's Royal fully in the clear. Be an easy shot for Mihin Vanigasekara, one-on-one with the goalie, but beautifully done by Sivali Gurusinghe. Just stuck his hand out in time. An outstanding save. Ball to Mansoor was a good one. Saw the diagonal ball available. And Royal looking to use that defense that crowds the goal, doesn't give the shooter an opportunity. And Zuhair again. That's the hat-trick for the vice-captain, Akil Zuhair. With the Royal number 12, Lisita Munisinghe hanging off his shoulder, managed to find the strength to stay up and finish.
Wonderful turn there to get positional advantage, Shanaka. Excellent water polo. Turned, took his time with the fake and took the shot at the back of the net. But mind you, he had two defenders on him. So very well done there by St. Thomas's College.
Yes, that turn looks easy, Reza, but I think a lot of people don't appreciate that you're not really standing or anything to make that turn and take the body of the prop marker with you as well. Again, a little bit of conflict in the centre forward area, as you would expect. And that shot doesn't fool the goalie that time. Good attempt though.
Another extra man situation goes in vain for Royal College. They needed to distribute that ball just a little more, Shanaka.
So Royal feeling that they need to play catch-up, Reza. That's why they're taking those shots. Bolegala knows he doesn't need to rush anything at the moment. Again, good defense by Royal, but the foul for Dias. Here's Zuhair. Oh, what a shot from outside the 7 meter from Zuhair. Coming off the bar, and you can see that it hit flush when you heard the sound of that bar, isn't it, Reza? The bar coming to the rescue for the second time. But not the third, as Zuhair scores his 4th goal. The ball seems to be following him on offense, and he's managing to sniper that into the net at the 3rd time of asking. As a goalkeeper, Reza, what does that sound make you feel when you hear it slamming into the bar? Are you relieved?
Sinking feeling, because you know the ball is going to come at you again very, very quickly. But St. Thomas's, like we said, 3 top shooters they've got working in pairs, and that's really the difference. We talk about hunting in pairs, and they seem to be distributing it to each other, really keeping the goalkeeper guessing on his corners.
Yes, I think they've had a word at that timeout as to what they need to be doing, because there were a couple of fast breaks that went a begging, and it looks like they fixed that problem very quickly. And as you said, Reza, it looks like it's a swimming capability of St. Thomas's that is really upsetting the Royal challenge this time. Dias in off the crossbar. And Randa Ranatunga has taken a bit of a battering in the Royal goal in this quarter.
Yeah, clear man-on-man mismatch there, Shanaka. So these are things that need to be picked up from the bench. You've got a fast swimmer breaking off your man at every counter-attack that is possible. So they need to switch it up. They did the same thing in 2017 with Senit Samarnayak on Isuruka Andhavar. But again, we're dealing with an inexperienced coaching staff. So really, this is why we come to play the game. These are the learning curves that they will have to.
So perhaps a few shades of that under 15 encounter, where you mentioned, Reza, that this Tomian team won fairly comfortably. So maybe Royal haven't shaken off the trauma of that, and maybe St. Thomas is a little confident. So 2 years can be a long time, but you remember these things, don't you?
Yes, and in an encounter like this, you need to be confident, back your abilities, get into the basic positions of shooting, and then take the shot.
Not sure whether he was outside the 5 meter zone there. The referee says yes, it was a goal, so he was probably straddling the 5 meter line. You can see it there on either side.
So really the new rules don't allow you to relax either on attack or defense. You've just got to keep playing the game. We saw lapse of defense there on the Tomian side, which is what resulted in a goal for Royal College. And that makes the game even more interesting. It shows that you can catch up at any time. 3 goals or 4 goals is not a huge deficit now.
Not at all, Reza, which is why the Tomians can't afford to take life easy. Good defense that time, but it was an exclusion foul. And Charya Kurukula Surya in the number 10 cap moves out now to the bar. St. Thomas is using the double props on the 2 bars, and it's a good finish that time for Migara Gurusinghe. Took his time on the last occasion but made no mistake on this one.
Royal making the mistake of keeping that bar open. St. Thomas's College will make you pay if you allow them to come into the shooting zone. We keep repeating it. The defense needs to switch up here, Shanaka. It's easy pickings for the Tomian top 3.
Royal will need to construct an attack here. They don't seem to be able to string enough passes together. Tomian defense has been pretty intense, really pressing their men and coming away with the ball more often than not, turning it over in situations like that. They've been poaching well as well, poaching off their own attacking player, and that's a good ball. Really well saved as well, but really well saved twice by Sivali Gurusinghe. And the Royal attackers will have only themselves to blame because they shot straight at the goalie both times.
So Royal with another opportunity on attack.
Another outstanding goal. So St. Thomas's may be leading 10 goals to 6, but Royal have scored the 2 most spectacular goals so far in terms of shooting.
Excellent skill from Banuka Jalatirga there. Read that play beautifully. But the celebrations need to come in a little after the match. St. Thomas's with a substitution, I believe.
Number 7 going out for Royal was the goal scorer.
Last 34 seconds on the game clock.
Here's Thisara, who's moved out of the centre forward position, in just allowing Charya Kurukula Surya to go in there. That's a great shot again. Wonderful goal that time from Yuman Bolegala. So between Bolegala and Zuhair, they have actually peppered this Royal College goal.
That's Isuru Kandavala carbon copy for you, Shanaka. He seems to have molded him out of the last 2 years of not playing water polo. Wonderful shot there.
It's just about the angles, isn't it, Reza? I mean, you'd know that when you see the ball coming at you. It's just about making sure you find an angle to the goal, and it's not something you can really coach. It's something players have, and it looks like these shooters for St. Thomas's really have that knack to find that path to the goal. It's like it's an exclusion that time. Yes. And in fact, it's half-time here at the Sugathadasa Stadium pool. The 29th Dr. R.L. Hayman Trophy encounter for the Water Polo Challenge Trophy between Royal and St. Thomas's. And St. Thomas's in a comfortable lead at the moment, 11 goals to 6. But as Reza was saying, nothing is ever really match over in this current avatar of water polo. It's very easy to come back into the game with a quick turnaround, just one good quarter, and suddenly the game is back on again. So neither team can afford to relax or hang their heads in shame. So we'll be back after the halftime break.
22 ICC T20 ලෝක කුසලාන තරගාවලියට ඔබත් සූදානම්ද? ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් වෙතින් මුළු තරගාවලියම නරඹන්න රුපියල් 149කට සුවිශේෂී දීමනාවක්. ඔක්තෝබර් 14ට පෙර මෙම දීමනාව ඇක්ටිවේට් කර ICC T20 ලෝක කුසලාන මුළු තරගාවලියම නරඹන්න channel 6ක්ම ඇක්ටිවේට් කිරීමට ඔන් හිස්තනක් ඩයලොග් TV ගිණුම් අංකය හිස්තනක් 27 ලෙස ටයිප් කර 077 SMS කරන්න. ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක 1 ටෙලිවිෂන් රසස්වාදය.
Get ready to witness your all-time favorite cricket legend, the Master Blaster, with his super sixes, swinging deliveries by Vaz, Dilshan with his stunning Dil scoop. Catch the legends once again at the Road Safety World Series from 10th September to 1st October. Live on Dialogue Television, Channel 23 at no additional charge. Dialogue Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
Sit Back with Shaq and Anu on PodHub is back for the 4th season. This time we go live on Channel 1 Dialogue TV, speaking to newsmakers on trending topics in Sri Lanka and abroad. The show is unedited, unfiltered, interactive, audience-driven and live. Every Monday to Thursday night live on Dialogue TV Channel 1, PodHub FB and YouTube and Dialogue View app. Sit back with Shaq and Anu.
It's that time of the season when passion is wrought on the battlefield, when hope strengthens veins, when hearts unite, and when endurance unravels triumph. Subscribe to the View Sports Pack today and witness the best of sports live on your mobile without any data charges on Dialogue View. Watch TV from anywhere at any time on your mobile with Dialogue View app. Watch up to 115 live TV channels on the go with Rewind and Catch Up TV. Don't worry about missing your favorite TV programs without any data charges on the Dialogue network. Download the View app and register your Dialogue Television account to enjoy a world of entertainment for free. Dialogue Television, Sri Lanka's #1 television experience.
We're back live at the Sugathadasa Stadium indoor pool. I'm saying indoor, I mean outdoor pool. To start off the second half and the third quarter of this Water Polo Challenge Trophy for the Dr. R.L. Hayman Trophy. It's the 29th time of asking that these teams have met each other in this double header. So Royal in their sporting calendar have 2 double headers, significant ones, Reza, the Bradby and this. And this is slowly but surely reaching that status as one of those sporting encounters that really is coveted by both teams, both schools rather. So St. Thomas have rung the changes a little bit. They have a comfortable 5-goal lead and they'll be wanting their squad to be able to keep that lead. Here's Royal trying to break in the first minute of the third quarter. Royal really need to score first if they are to make the Thomians a little nervous. Sivali Gurusingha, and that's brilliant work from Dias. Turns around and gives the Royal attacker Damsar Akmeeman a piece of his mind as well. Here's Zuhair, he's got 4 goals to his name. Already he's going to be 5. No. Lets the ball go and wisely draws the foul, settles the team down. Bolegala and gives it back very quickly. And Zuhair, really good game awareness from Bolegala. Knew that his teammate was completely unmarked and just shoveled the ball across to him. And this is the confidence of a man who knows he's done this 100 times before.
Water polo masterclass being put on by St. Thomas's College here, Shanaka. Excellent teamwork. Royal did well to use their defense in pairs and then steal that ball back, but then he couldn't convert it on the other side, and St. Thomas's made them aware of that.
Yes, that really should have been the first goal for Royal for us to set up a nice encounter. It would have been 11-7 instead of 12-6. So it's almost as if it was a 2-goal deficit, and again good defense from Royal.
The third quarter has always been The third quarter has always been a pivotal one. It's one of the quarters that really shifts momentum in the game.
Shariya Kurukula Surya that time unable to hold on to the ball. So they're using Kurukula Surya to sit deep and to deprive Royal of an attacker if they choose to keep a player back to mark him. That's a good ball, but that should be an exclusion. Yes, it is, and that's Shrestha Anthony's who goes out. Royal choose not to shoot, and that time they do. Finally, Royal get a goal on the board. Looks like it was Dimitri Lianage that time. Good pass across the face of the goal as well, finding the open man. Good conversion of a power play.
That goal will definitely help the confidence of the Royal College team get things back into perspective. But St. Thomas's they're good at the top. So if they really want to shut down the attack, they need to take the top three on a high press, Shanaka. If you allow them to come into the shooting zone, as you've said many a time before, you're going to have a lot of goals on the Thomian score sheet.
Talib Mansoor now with a heavily strapped right shoulder. Maybe that's why he's not taking as many shots. Zuhair, oh wow, that was another brilliant round arm bounce, but he's hit the bar 3 times, as many as he's, that's almost as many goals as he scored. Again, it looks like an exclusion.
Referee signaling turnover ball, which means he must have seen an offensive attack there.
So he says there was a push off with the leg. So he's back to the Thomian ball. Here's Kurukula Surya. Looks like he's a left-hander. So he's in exactly the right place. And the Thomian first 15 captain smashes it in from the right wing. It's an excellent place to have a left-handed player.
Shariya Kurukula Surya picking off from where he left off in the 2019 game with that nice backhander. So St. Thomas's have got almost all their 4 or 5 players on the score sheet. It's looking dangerous for Royal College. Well done to St. Thomas's.
Yes, it looks like it's going to be a long evening for Royal if they can't hold on to possession just like that. So this is what has let them down, the inability to really construct an attack, string 3 to 4 passes together. Don't forget, Reza, they've scored the best goals of the game, the best individual goals of the game so far. It's just that St. Thomas's have been far superior in stringing a passage of play together. Zuhair swimming into the 2 meter and turning the ball over.
Again, nice formation of the D by St. Thomas's College. Now then, this is where Royal College need to respond. Do the basics right, get the guys up on the 2 meter, form the D, and get the ball to the prop.
It's again very good defense by the Thomians, not allowing the Royal College team to really. That's a good goal, an outstanding goal that time from Uvidu Katukampala, the captain. You watch it again. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Might look lucky, but he knew exactly what he was doing, and is his second backhander of the game. Opened the scoring, much to the surprise of the Thomian team and fans. And that was a superb finish.
We said to get the ball to the prop, Shanaka.
Looks like they heard you, Reza. It's been some players who scored some brilliant backhands. Devin Chamugam, who is one of my seniors at St. Thomas, has a brilliant backhand. Then Bilal Hassan, of course, Nawaf Mubarak, Jahan Mubarak. All had very good backhands. It's good to see one of the modern generation of players with the same skill. Ranga Varnapura also. Charya Kurukula Surya can't get to the ball.
Not to forget Savinda Disanaik out of that list, the victorious captain in 2019, but all that looks to change if Royal College don't get their act together.
It's been a while since a trophy was at St. Thomas's, Reza, so they would say that it's about time. Lovely shot again from Royal. That one on target, the goalkeeper alive to it though, but it was a very, very good shot. Didn't even try to bounce that from his own side of the half. Outstanding shooting from Royal, and if they can get these goal scorers in good positions, just get them the ball more often, then could really have a game on our hands in the second leg.
This is the difference you see. Can you? St. Thomas's have formed the D up already, and it's paying dividends big time.
Bolegala has been taking turns with Zuhair to get on the score sheet, and really has been a wonderful shooting masterclass. You can see his swimming trunks, Reza, when he took that shot, which means that his entire torso is out of the water, and that takes some strength, some core strength, some skill.
And really then able to expend all your energy out right from the tip of your fingers to the tip of your toes, using that momentum of your torso as well. And that's why he's so successful in front of goal.
Good hustle, really good hustle from Umidu Kattukampala, and another backhander. Look for a moment that both Guru Singhas had got the better of the prop. Not sure if they're brothers, but it looked like that time Guru Singha should have got it, but no, it was good hustle to stay in the game.
So this is what we talk about, getting the ball into that 2 meter, and St. Thomas's seem to be doing it a lot often than Royal College. Again, you can see a really nice deform there on attack.
And Royal really converging on Kurukula Surya there. Good pack-like defense from Royal, and that's really what they need to do to force those outside shooters. Not really press them too much because they're good enough to find space. Just need to make sure you cut their angles off and make them make the pass and pick it off in the middle, which is what they've been doing with some success. Dias fouls early. Aiden Thisara. Looks like that was a turnover for the shot clock expiring. So maybe if we can explain the shot clock rule to our viewers, Reza, might be some people new to water polo. So we'll do that as soon as we watch Aiden Thisara and what the end of this play is going to be. Thisara and into the near post. The goalkeeping coach won't be too happy with that. Shot into the near post generally needs to be covered by the goalkeeper. Try to make the shooter go for the far post. But at 15-9, you can see this Royal team has been shorn of its confidence.
It's all about bouncing back. It's easy to be demoralized in a scoreline like that, but you take it quarter by quarter, play by play. St. Thomas's have been a lot more successful because they're getting the ball up into that 5 and 2 meter zone. Royal have been trying to form something of a D, but they're shooting from outside. Every time they've got the ball into the prop, they've been a little more successful. As we have a D formed now.
You were talking earlier about pushing the prop outside the dangerous 2 meter zone, and that's exactly what number 6 Guru Singha is doing with Kattukampala. He's doing it rather well.
Royal College with the prop free right in front of the goal.
Not great communication that time between the two Royal attackers. And Guru Singha that time bouncing the ball, but just a little bit too far for Thisara. And Ranatunga will be grateful to pick that one up. And now Royal have a 3-on-2. Talib Mansoor struggling to get back. And really good defense that time from Guru Singha. Gives it back to Guru Singha. The two Guru Singhas at the back. The last line of defense for St. Thomas's. And unselfishly, Tisera gives it to Bolegala. And Bolegala finishes. We don't have access to a score sheet, but that's about the 6th or 7th goal for him today, Reza.
Wonderful technique. Excellent shot. St. Thomas's seem to have done a lot of work with their swimming and their strength and conditioning, especially with the shooters. It's paying dividends and it's looking good for them on the score sheet.
Has been these two gentlemen, Zuhair and Bolegala, who have been the chief troubling of the scorers, and it's been a timeout called by Royal. First real timeout that Royal have called. Trying to just settle things down after St. Thomas's have got a few goals consecutively. Sometimes all it needs is just a little bit of a change in that momentum, isn't it, Reza? Because suddenly at 16-10 reads psychologically better than 16-9. And then it's just a matter of 6 goals. Just get one back, get another back.
Yeah, and also just to get a breather, Shanaka. I mean, both these teams have had the same amount of training. They are probably matched on skill as well. So it's just about confidence, going out there and trying to achieve what they've been doing at training. The new rules allow them to take a lot more shots on goal, so they should try and use those facilities. But again, if you don't back yourself at this moment, you can see this score turning more in out of reach for you.
Absolutely.
As we have Royal distributing to the wing, that feared right wing. They need to get the left wing onto the 2 meter here, looking for ball distribution.
Not a good shot that time again from Royal. Whatever they discussed at the timeout probably wasn't executed easily, and Dias throws a bit of a punch there, and I'm surprised that the referee let that go. It's not exactly what we want to see. Seems to have a short fuse, the Thomian captain.
Again, there's a mismatch there. If Royal are quick to spot that, they'll know that Dhiren Dias is on one of another smaller swimmer from the Royal College side. So he's looking to counter-attack in these last few quarters. And we've only got 20 seconds left on the game clock for this quarter. So St. Thomas is out with a clear plan to counter.
I'm liking what St. Thomas's is doing defensively as well, Reza. They're really attacking the ball when the Royalists have it in their hands, and that's something you can do. Lovely shot again from Royal that time, but the bar coming to Guru Singha's aid. And it's an open goal. All Katugampala needs to do is find a shot, and he does. I think the whistle had gone.
Unfortunate, Royal College missing out on a shot at goal there. The goalie had been drawn out. The new rules allow you to take a direct shot at goal. Unfortunate.
Yes, that was the clock just running out on Katugampala there. It would have been 16-10, which would have been much better reading for Royal College and their fans watching from around the world. So it's a big hello to all the Papare.com subscribers who are watching us. So the whistle blew just there. And although Katugampala managed to get this away, he was underwater. He didn't hear the whistle. And Guru Singha had to tell him exactly what happened. So dominant performance from St. Thomas's so far, Reza.
Yes, going into the last quarter, this is the last 30 seconds you have to tell your team exactly what you need now. St. Thomas's will not want to sit on this goal tally. They'll want to push it further so that they ensure that they close out the Hayman in this quarter. Royal College just need to get their D formed up again, get their swimmers going up and down the pool, and really not allow the bars to shoot from close range.
16 goals to 9. We're at the end of the third quarter. So 25% of this game left. And the Royal crowd, which was much more vociferous before this game started, have gone a little quiet, but they need to egg their team on. Need to realize that there are 2 legs in this game. That's exactly what they're doing now. The Royal schoolboys in their familiar chant of ROYAL. St. Thomas is a little bit more placid at the moment, knowing that they've just got to close this out. Royal need all the emotional adrenaline that they can get to try and make sure that they don't go into the second leg with too much of a deficit. How much do you think, Reza, that if you were a coach or if you were a player, how much would you be confident that you can catch up? Is it 5 goals? Is it 6 goals? Is it 2 goals?
Well, in 2017 they bridged the 4-goal deficit, and again they did it in the first quarter in the second leg, courtesy of Shamod Edursinger. He is the coach this year, so he'll know exactly what is needed to come back from a situation like this. But really, something within 4 to 5 goals is manageable psychologically.
St. Thomas is winning the final swim ball of the evening. And again, looking to slow the ball down. And that's a good spot, but the pass is just a little too far in front of Zuhair that time. But he manages to keep the ball, and that's what the Royalists haven't been able to do, to protect that ball under pressure. Zuhair looking for Tissara, and fortunately that shot was taken just as the shot clock sounded. So we're going to talk about the shot clock. It's a 30-second shot clock, Reza, and when was it introduced, do you remember, to the Hayman?
According to what we know, they say it was in the 2013 or the 14 season. Not exactly sure when, but it is definitely improved playing standards in Sri Lanka. It's like a basketball game where you have 30 seconds to make your play and then return the ball back.
Tissara just calming things down, giving his goalkeeper the ball after the exclusion. So once you are excluded, you have to go into the box at the end of the pool there, into the corner, and then come back once your team has regained possession. So just trying to make a play that time was Dhiren Dias. And that one off the top netting. So Dias wanted to get on the score sheet, the skipper. So this is where St. Thomas's need to stick with what has been working for them.
So Royal ball.
Was a turnover. It was a ball under from the skipper.
He's got his left wing free. One cross pass will do it for them.
So they've got back. Dias managed to recover that time, even though he'd made a couple of mistakes to allow Royal into the danger zone. Looks like St. Thomas's have called for a timeout.
And I think that's a man out as well for Royal College. He played the ball after the referee had asked him, given him a clear signal that it was turnover. So
these are the technicalities, aren't they, Reza?
And also lack of discipline. I mean, when you're playing a game of this at this pace, with this kind of pressure, you need to keep your discipline. We've spoken about it before. Bilal Hassan, the previous coach, was a very stern disciplinarian, and something that he really pressed upon the boys. But again, we're playing after a long time. You're going to have these lapses. There's going to be a victor and someone who does not win at the end of the day. So it's all good to see again how they bounce back in the next in the latter half of this quarter as well as the next game.
I'm sure Bilal is watching from the center of Leeds University town, where he is based at the moment, doing his masters. Sure, he'll come back with a lot more tricks up his sleeve to be used by Royal in whichever sport he chooses to coach. Space now for Zuhair, and he's got an eye for goal, but unselfishly passes that time to his captain, who swings that round arm into the far corner. And Dhiren Dias gets a well-deserved goal on the offensive end of the pool.
Carbon copy of the 2016 play from Sachin Jayatilaka. The switch from the double prop position to the position between the bar and the wing. We've spoken about it. We've watched the game footage, but they just didn't pick it up.
Just a little bit of experience. It's what you do under pressure that matters. It looks like there's a lot of competition for places as well in this Tomian team. That's another great shot. So there have been some superb shooting from Royal. Just hasn't been accurate enough, and those balls have been just inches away from going in. Can Dyer score 2 in a row? Yes, he can. No, he can't. But Zuhair can put it away. And picking up his captain's rebound, Akil Zuhair gets his umpteenth goal of the game. Like we said, we don't have a score sheet, but we really should have been recording this ourselves, Reza.
Cardinal mistake by the Royal College defense. You do not leave your man to be one-on-one with the goalkeeper. We see the defender just getting back there in time, but too late for Royal College.
So again, the early foul from St. Thomas's, so allowing the defense to regroup and not allowing the exclusion as well. So making sure that they really pressure at the perimeter and then inside. Another good shot from Royal.
Yes, but these individual shots are not going to make it for them, Shanaka. The difference is that St. Thomas's are playing as a team in pairs.
Zuhair, that's a lovely bit of unselfish play to Bolegala, who's already got a sackload of goals, and Zuhair could easily have gone for it himself, because these two are having a bit of a mini competition themselves, aren't they, between them to be the highest scorer. But that's what shows the character of a player when he's able to give it off to a teammate in a better place.
Wonderful team play. We talk about the counter-attack, the mismatches on the wings. St. Thomas's are really making this a nightmare situation for Royal College.
Drew the goalie's eyes and just swept it across the face of goal. Easiest goal Bolegala will score in his life. And now 19 points to 9, a 10-goal deficit. This would really be a psychological blow. So it seems like the under-15 scoreline between these two teams all those years ago is going to be the reflection here at the end of the first leg as well. But we've seen stranger things happening, haven't we, Reza? There have been turnarounds, but not of this magnitude.
I think we may have to turn around twice, Shanaka, to overturn this one. But wonderful play, really. I mean, the level of skill that we have seen from a school side is really something that we should be taking forward. And then pushing these boys into a Sri Lanka team position where we can really compete internationally at the South Asian level or even at SAARC games. That really needs to be the focus now. These guys spend about 12 to 13 sessions a week sometimes when they're in the height of season. So really, if we can put that into good use and then channel all of this good talent that we have, I'm sure Sri Lanka can come up with some very good medals and then be as popular as Raga and cricket.
Yes, it's a long way to go, but certainly a journey that has begun with the development of the Hayman. Good interception there by Dias again. And why not let the schools do the hard work? Slasu can easily piggyback on what these schools are doing, both Royal and St. Thomas's, in producing these players. Zuhair, and again with the defender on his back, showing outstanding strength. And that looks easy, but you've got a big lad hanging off of you, and just to find that gap between the goalkeeper's arm and the far post, that really shows some keen awareness for goal.
And also the technique to really keep your defender at the longest point away from contact from the ball shows that they are swimming into the 2 meter. They've spoken about it before, they've practiced it many times, and they're just putting that into play.
It's great skill execution. And what we call proprioception, isn't it, Reza? The ability to know where you are in relation to the goal, where your defenders are, where your body is, and just to turn that into a goal-scoring opportunity. Here's Bolegala, the identical spot. That time he shoots straight at Ranatunga.
So again, team defense coming to the fore there for St. Thomas's College. They paired up there to make that turnover, and as soon as it was turned over, they counter-attack you.
It was a tired shot from Bolegala that time. Haven't seen many substitutions by either team, really. Dias with another interception. So here's where the passing has really let Royal down. And Dias powering away even in this fourth quarter with just 3.5 minutes left on the clock. They've been absolutely spent. And you can see that the decision making from this Tomian side, who are converting things at will, is now getting a little bit fatigued.
And St. Thomas's have come to swim. I wouldn't be surprised if they swam all the way here from Mount Lavinia. They look very good in the pool, very well conditioned, and not really letting up in the fourth quarter, Shanaka. So points to note really on the level of competition that they play this Hayman at.
And one more thing you were saying about international competition, Reza. With the new rules, the reliance on physicality is not as much as it used to be in this game. So even though we're not the biggest in South Asia and certainly not in the world, there's an ability to compete with good skill and good swimming sense.
Definitely, if you have a few good players with the wits about them who are dedicated to the sport, we can easily compete at international level.
Oh, and Zuhair with another beautiful turn. If Johan Cruyff is watching this, he will be very impressed with the quality of the turn and shoot that Zuhair has shown today. He's very much a right-handed player, and what will really ice his skill set is if he's able to take a left-handed shot when he finds himself in that position, but it doesn't matter because he's able to just swivel and shoot. Got a real eye for goal, this boy. So Royal now know that the game is up, and they're slowly bringing in the changes just to give a bit of experience to some of their bench players. Try to get some fresh legs in, or fresh arms in, I should say. So again, you can see how much space there is between the line, the Tomian defensive line, and the goal, which is why Royal have been confined to these outside shots. Here's the danger man, Katugampala. Beautiful one motion shot there from Damsara Akmimana, but Guru Singh found it easy enough to save. But that's what Royal have shown, Reza. Just flashes of brilliance, glimpses of what they can do. Just need to string it together.
And it's all starting from the Tomian defense. They're pushing the prop and the 2-meter players out of those zones so that it becomes easy to defend. St. Thomas's are very good at doing that with Savinda Disanaika as well, pushing him to one side of the goal so that they can concentrate on defending that side. So there is a lot of thought that has gone into this defense. It just seems that Royal has switched off in this last quarter and then allowing the game to drift away.
Guru Singh to Dias. Here's Zuhair again. That time the defense does well. Bolegalo attacking the ball, but not without fouling. So Royal looking for an exclusion here. Not getting it yet, but Tomians defending really well. Not giving away cheap fouls or silly exclusions. And Katugampala forced to shoot without much of an angle.
So clear difference in technique there. If you watch that shot versus something that Bolegal was doing before, you can see why he's generating that much of power and accuracy as well.
Talib Mansoor hasn't been hampered too much by his heavily strapped shoulder. Here's Bolegala. Zuhair can't keep this man free for too long, and he's come off the crossbar again.
St. Thomas's seems to have strapped on a catapult on Bolegala and Dhiren Dash Shanaka. The shot strength is good even in this quarter.
It's a good goal that time by Damsar Akmeemana. Had a few opportunities taken away from him, but that time one-on-one with Guru Singh, and he makes no mistake. Fakes and shoots.
So it just shows that if you isolate the goalkeeper, then the chances of scoring are that much more higher. But working in pairs, that's what we speak about all the time, in defense or attack. St. Thomas's were not able to get back there. They must be a little tired, having racked up 21 goals, so you could excuse them on one play, I guess.
Mansoor popping up on the right wing where he started the game. It's interesting that St. Thomas's haven't scored a goal from the centre forward position, and as I say that, Charya Kulakula Surya destroys that statistic. He's promised a little bit from this prop position, but hasn't really done much until that pass came into him.
It was a swim across from the right bar, Shaka, that really opened up that avenue. If your defense is switched on, especially with the wing defenders, they'll know to drop in at that time, especially when they see the cross swim. But good awareness and lovely ball into the prop there from St. Thomas's College.
Domian number 8 wearing the number 10 cap in the pool, and here's the skipper Diresh Dias looking for a willing swimmer. Bolegala still going, and that's a wonderful shot from Dias. The skipper scoring a captain's goal there. Looked for an opportunity to get Bolegala into the clear, but Royal's defence was keeping up with the Thomians' leading goal scorer, and in the end Dias had to take the shot himself, and what a wonderful bounce shot it was.
It's an excellent goal, and we've run out of adjectives to compliment them, Shanaka.
Yes, we really have. Royal struggling now to get on the score sheet. Again, the early foul from St. Thomas's. So really breaking down any momentum that Royal are trying to build in attack by making that foul early in a place where they're not a threat. And that's the game. 23 points to 10 in this first leg of 2 in the 29th annual Dr. R.L. Hayman encounter for the Water Polo Challenge Trophy between Royal and St. Thomas's. And it's 23 points to 10. I have to say, even though I haven't looked at the score sheet, Reza, that this is probably the biggest mountain that a team has built at the end of the first leg.
Yes, the blue, black and blue forever. St. Thomas's will start dreaming tonight about the Hayman, the elusive trophy that has not been with them. They seem to have done a lot of hard work in the off-season and this year as well. It's paying dividends, and well done to them.
Yes, it was a dominant performance. I don't think there was really a flaw in the game. And the way they started out, both teams looked like they had really come to play. But that competitiveness of the first quarter, once the adrenaline had run out for Royal, who finished 3-all in that quarter, and we thought we were really going to be in for a close game, but suddenly St. Thomas's just took that game away from them in the second quarter, and it ends up 23 points to 10 and 33 goals being scored, Reza. That really is an outstanding bit of play. So we'll be back with the second leg, this time next Saturday, live from the Sugathadasa Stadium Pool on the Papare.com. Your final comments, Reza. What do Royal need to do in this week?
Take a day off, regroup a bit. It's happened before many a time. It's happened 10 years ago, 20 years ago, if you look back on the history. But it all depends on who comes to play next week. The scores can definitely be repeated. And you go in with a never say die attitude, playing to the last quarter.
Certainly will, and that's a Royal never say die attitude that will come to the fore in the course of this week in their preparation, and of course in the pool on the 8th of October, which we will bring to you live on the Papare.com as well. Thank you very much for joining us from wherever you are in Sri Lanka or the world. This has been Reza Ghani and Shanak Amarasinghe in the commentary box for the Papare.com. Thanks very much. We'll see you next week.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.